Hey, Dolphin fans, it's the state of your franchise. See you on the other side. Guys, and today we are doing the Miami Dolphins. That's right, my AFC East rival. Promise you this will be an unbiased video. Let's get right into it right now, okay? So the Miami Dolphins 9-8 overall last year in total, and then 4-2 in the East, 6-3 at home, 3-5 away, and 6-6 in the conference. Look, man, Miami got a lot of heat for just kind of starting off good, and then they fell off, and then they made a nice little comeback towards the end of the season. And they played hard for Flores, and it's really upsets me that they got rid of Flores. Greer, I don't know, but you guys are starting fresh this year, and you know what? We'll see what you do. But I'm going to talk about last year. So last year, your offensive rankings was 14th overall. Okay, you're 22nd in points, 25th in yards total, 17th in passing yards, 20th in passing touchdowns, 30th in rushing yards, 24th in rush touchdowns, and 21st in red zone touchdowns. So not very productive, if you will. 14th overall, that's not bad. But, if you look at the rest of these, pretty bad offensively. You did have a defensive-minded coach. Now this year, coming up, you're going to have an offensive-minded coach. But will that defense suffer because of that? We shall see, right? But, a lot of things went down with your offense. You had a lot of players that were hurt. Your offensive line is just kind of letting down everybody. Tua Tagovailoa, look, I don't know if he's your answer. If you want my opinion, no. And I think you guys need to either go get yourself somebody like, the whole Deshaun Watson thing was talking. Now you guys kind of took yourself out of that, which, if you think about it, is probably a good thing, because if anything, you're taking away confidence from Tua if you are trying to build around that young man. And McDaniel says he has a lot of things he can pull out of Tua. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still a little doubtful. But, again, it's not all Tua's fault. There was a lot of things that went around there. Your bright spot, was Jalen Waddle. And we'll get into your receivers, and we'll get into, most of this offense here in a little bit. But listen, your one bright spot was Waddle. Tua is a little, but we'll have to see as far as how your offense will grow coming up. I do want to jump to your defensive rankings. I like to get all these out of the way, so then I can give you my thoughts after. So defensive rankings, these are all allowed. Okay, 16th points, allowed. 15th in yards allowed, 16th in pass yards allowed, 6th in pass touchdowns allowed. Now that's a bright spot. They got in the red zone, they tightened up against the pass, so that's good. You you got Xavier Howard and all that. Jones, and you guys got a pretty good secondary. 14th in rush touchdowns, 17th. 14th in rush yards, 17th in rush touchdowns, and 8th in red zone touchdowns. So again, you're 8th in. So anyway, they got in the red zone on Miami. It was hard to get it in, and and they tightened up. So kudos to you guys for that. It's a bright spot. You got to take all the bright spots you can get here, guys. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of your defense, I just want to name off a couple guys that I personally think that, are that's them, man. I like them a lot. Xavier Howard with 5 interceptions and a pick 6 involved in there. He's definitely your number one corner. And what's messed up is I believe I heard this. Byron Jones gets paid more than him. I don't know if that's probably a good idea for you guys. You should probably pay the man or he's going to leave. And then Emmanuel Ogbah. I mean, this dude had 9 sacks. You guys re-signed him to that $65 million deal with 32 of it guaranteed. I mean, you had to lock him up, right? I think he's a real big bright spot on that defensive line that you guys have. And then Jalen Phillips, your linebacker, 8.5 sacks. I mean, another one. You guys have the defensive core. Just some pieces are missing there, and Javon Howland, my fault. Two INTs and 2.5 sacks. Again, what is it? Rookie last year. Okay, played well, played really good. So those are just some of the defensive guys I wanted to point out to you Dolphin fans. But let's run it right. Let's run it right to the offense, right? Tua Tagovailoa, 338 attempts, 263 completions, 67.8 completion percentage, a 6.8 average, okay, with 2,653 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 10 picks. I wouldn't say they're horrible numbers, and that completion percentage is pretty good. And that's because a lot of his underneath dink and dunk, honestly, he wasn't throwing the ball down the field like that. So, let's keep it real. Look, and then Jacoby Brissett came in with 225 attempts, 141 completions, 62.7% completion percentage, 1,283 in yards, 5.7 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. Came in when Tua Tagovailoa got smashed by the Bills. I know I said it's going to be on, but I had to throw that in there. I'm sorry, Dolphin fans. I'm sorry. Let me get back to being myself. Okay, I'm back. So, look, you got to get better at the quarterback play, okay? Quarterback play is we don't know. So let's hope that your new coach, McDaniel, can get it worked for Mr. Tua Tagovailoa, and you guys can keep him healthy. That O-line definitely needs some help. Then let's go right to Myles Gask. Okay, 173 attempts, 612 yards, 3.5 yards, average 3 touchdowns. He also had 49 receptions for 234 yards and 4 touchdowns. So he had 7 touchdowns on the season for you guys. I like Gaskins. I think that he's decent, but he's not your answer, permanently. And then I saw what you guys did. You went out and got yourself some Edmonds. So that's good too. We'll see how all that pans out. Now I want to jump right because I got excited when I got to this guy, Jalen Waddle. I love this guy. I hate Alabama, but I like Jalen Waddle and what he's done for the Miami Dolphins. 104 receptions. Whew, all right. 1,015 yards and 6 touchdowns on the receiving side of things. I didn't even look at what he did with gadget plays, okay? He was targeted 73.8% of the time. That's number one material right there, bro. Number one material. Jalen Waddle is that dude. Do what you guys can to keep that man for a long time because he is a problem. Preston Williams only played 8 games. I didn't go through his stats. Devontae Parker only played 10 games. I didn't go through. They didn't look anything for me to mention. But they can play, but they're injured a lot. So we'll get to them when they can stay in for most of the season, right? But your boy Mike Gesicki, one of the best tight ends in the game. 73 receptions, 780 yards, 10.7 yards per carry or per catch, 2 touchdowns. Now this guy here, beast. I like Gesicki. I think Gesicki is that guy. I think Gesicki can make it happen. One of the better tight ends in the league. And that's coming from a Bills fan. I hate playing against Gesicki. But yeah, I see that you guys went out and signed Cedric Wilson, Chase Edmonds, and Teddy Bridge. Can't beat that, right? I mean, look, Miami. Hear me out. as a Bills fan. As a Bills fan, okay, I don't want you guys to succeed, right? But as a just overall unbiased opinion, I think you guys are on the right path. You got some good players. We got to see what your new coach is about, and where you guys fit in as far as the East. Now, Bills are running stuff. I hate to be that guy, but we all know that's the fact. Then New England, they're falling off. I think you guys can surpass New England, and that's my opinion. I really do. I think you guys can get past me. At least get yourselves in the playoffs next year. As long as you guys can get Tua Tagovailoa or whoever you have at quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, whoever, as long as you can get some good quarterback play, that defense is solid at the core, I think you guys will be all right. But this is your boy Diggy, and I'm out of here.